Watch collecting does not have to be expensive. Here today we've got 3 watches for a grand total of £30. Yes, I bought all 3 of these for that amount of money. Are they going to be any good? That's the important question. It's quite easy to buy watches for less than £30, a number of them, and they'll all be junk. But are these 3 any good? I'd like to say they are. Let's find out why. Let's take a closer look. Now this brand is something that's been around for a very long time, generally only available through Argos. I've not seen it anywhere else. And these watches are extraordinarily cheap. But what do you get for your £10 with this first one in the collection? Let's have a closer look. So the first one in the collection will be something a bit more dressy, smart casual for those more formal occasions. You want to have something with a bit of bling to it, but also some unique features, which I'll show you in a minute. This is from the brand Limit. British brand, been providing watches in the UK for over 100 years, owned by a guy that also owns Accurist and Seconda. Bought this in Argos for £9.99. They do have the colours as well. You don't have to have the gold case if you don't want it to be so blingy. But what you're getting for your 10 quid is effectively a watch with a faux leather strap, which will last about as long as a rich tea dunked in a cup of tea. And you've got base material metal, which doesn't state which metal that is. It could just be a load of old scraps moulded together, plated with pretend gold finish, mineral crystal, Japanese quartz movement, which is about $1, and this is the party piece. And before I show you all the other bits, I've got to show you this first. This is so cool. It's got a full lume dial. Isn't that crazy? Barely charged under the light. It lights up like a torch. That is so fun. You wouldn't have expected that for a tenner, would you? So lume dial aside, it's not something you'd expect in a dressier watch. It's got that minimalistic charm, clear and easy to read, black hands contrasting beautifully with that creamy dial when it's not glowing green. Clear Arabics here, hits the markers okay with the quartz movement. The finishing is decent enough for a £10 watch. It's not amazing, but this is made in China and it's just something you would expect for a £10 watch. It's got a slightly rippled finish with the polishing and you can see some of the imperfections underneath. It's not terrible, but it's okay. The only stainless steel on this watch is the snapback case back. I'm not even bother changing the battery when this thing dies because the strap is will last about as long as well. And if you've got a few straps in the collection, 18mm is all this needs to swap it out. So you could put a nice strap on here, probably worth more than the watch. The other dimensions are 37mm case size, 18 width for the strap, 9.6 in height, 43.5 for length, 4.5mm push-pull crown, splash resistant, mineral crystal, and it's light as a feather, like I said, at 34 grams. It's just so easy and simple and something you're not going to worry about, but it's just a step up from some basic digital watch. So it looks pretty enough and it's a nice way to get something with a bit of bling in the collection with a full lume dial for £10. For an average man such as myself, 7.25 inch wrist, this watch is a perfect fit. It's a lovely sweet spot size, not too small, not too big, nice and slim, and it just catches the eye. Really impressive for only £9.99, and you can get it so easily here in the UK. So we've covered something that's going to cover you for maybe your dressier occasions if you want to go down that road of saying that that watch should be appropriate for that, or smart casual at work, definitely okay for that. You're going to go hit the gym or go to the beach for the day or just something a bit more sporty and active. That's where this little beauty from Lorus comes in. It does everything you'd need from a basic watch, and it's not a Casio, so it's nice to have something a bit different. I found this watch again from Argos, £9.99. Is it any good? Let's have a closer look at this one. So after you've impressed everyone at work with your amazing gold watch, you can then go and hit the gym and get your body looking amazing as well. And the watch you want to wear when you're down the gym or down the beach with your family, would be wearing one of these instead of getting a Casio. Have you ever thought of getting a Lorus digital watch? Got this again for £9.99 on Argos. I was impressed. It looked quite good. I was worried it'd be a child's watch. It looked quite small, but guess what? It's fine. The size is the same as a field watch, 36.5mm case size. 20mm lug width as well, so you can change the straps out, stick it on a NATO. It's nice and slim, about 10mm thick. Screw down case back with the 4 screws here, holding back like a lot of Casio watches. I reckon even though it says 50 meters water resist, this would be fine for 99% of the eventualities in your life. You'll throw at it. This is your beta gym beach watch. What more could you ask for? And the spec you get for your £9.99 is, you get the time, of course, you get the alarm, one alarm, of course, day and date, and you get a stop clock. That's it. That's all you need. Really simple. This is on a normal man's wrist, as I've said before. It does not look like a child's watch. It's bigger than an F91W Casio, so it's something with a bit more wrist presence. Plenty of strap length. I would say this is meant for an adult, as you can see. I have an average wrist size. Perfectly fine. You're not going to worry about this for your £9.99. Very clear and legible. Even bigger numbers on this than you'd get on a 10 quid Casio, so you've got that legibility. And the only thing missing from this watch for your £10 is there's no light. But you know what? 99% of the fun you should be having with this watch will be in the daytime. The rubber is the usual sort of PU effect rubber, resin plastic if you will. It's perfectly comfortable, easy to clean, just give it a wipe. And it's got a domed acrylic crystal here, so it's going to be easy to buff out any scratches you may get in it. This is a proper beta watch, which is just something different from your norm, and you can slap it on and be something different to wear down the gym. What a great surprise from Lorus, another Japanese brand, which a lot of people know about, owned by Seiko. Excellent value for money, absolute no-brainer. Lastly, what I think could be your everyday wear watch. It's a bit small for those of us that may have larger wrists, but you know what? I don't care, because this watch is incredibly important and has horological significance. Beyond the fact it's a Casio, and most people love Casios. This Casio, I have had a closer look at some pictures of His Holiness the Pope, our current Pope. I found pictures of him wearing this watch. People have often mistaken it for being a swatch. He also owned a swatch, which he then gave to charity. Well, he sold it and it raised a ridiculous amount of money of over $50,000, and that money went to a very good cause. He didn't auction off his Casio though, so if he's still got it, you can have a piece of holy action and get yourself a Casio that is worthy of the Pope. He has impeccable taste, but does he? Is his watch any good, or is it just a child's watch? Let's have a closer look. Lastly, the holiest of holy watches, a watch which I think would go with his robes beautifully, the whole monotone black and white effect. So simple, so small. This is a very small watch. This, you could say, is like a child's watch, but it fits me perfectly on my adult wrist. As you can see, there's still scope for an even larger wrist than mine. Obviously, it would go down to a child. I think my son could wear this, and there'd be a bit of extra flapping going on here with the extra strap, but very comfortable. It looks small on my wrist, but it's so clear and legible. You've got that lovely crisp dial. It's just the most basic, simple of watches. It's the most simple watch you can get. Not even a light or a date complication, nothing. It just tells the time. And that is, for most people, all they want it for. And they don't want to have to keep looking at a phone or have some fitness tracker. This, again, I bought this from Amazon, this one, not from Argos, because I've got the better deal on Amazon. You can sometimes get it for £8 or £9. I paid £9.99. Again, keeping with the whole 3 watches for £30 collection. What a cracking classic from Casio. I love analog still. This is your everyday wear, something really minimalistic. So slim. It's only 8mm thick. Case size is dinky at 34, but that's a classic gentleman's watch size. Only weighs 20 grams. That's less than a packet of crisps. It's just so light, it melts on your wrist. Splash proof, only 16mm lug width, so you're not really going to be changing the straps on this. A snapback case back, it just pushes in, so you change the battery yourself in a few years time. If you wanted to, you just buy another one. I think these have got something extremely cool about them. They're not what you'd expect someone to wear. There is a wrapper that's got the one that looks like a Flieger style beige dial variant of this piece. I got this one because I just thought it was cool that it had that connection to the head of the Catholic Church. So there you have it, a well-rounded 3-watch collection, which has a real bit of variety there. Dress, sporty, and something that's just good for every day. All for £30, easy to get hold of. They've all got something a bit fun about them and a bit different. I'd like to say I have reviewed some watches here which are not reviewed very often, and that's what we like to do on this channel, have a bit of variety now and then. If you've enjoyed it, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.